Hey guys, it is Miss Miller, and today we are going to be reading a book called A Grassland Habitat by Kelly McCauley and Bobby Kallman. What is a habitat? So in these green letters is what is called a header, and it kind of gives us a little bit of a foreshadowing or a preview of what that section is going to be about. So by it being called What is a Habitat, we know that this section of the book is going to be about what a habitat is. So a habitat is a place in nature. Plants live in habitats, animals live in habitats too. Some animals make homes in habitats. And on this next page, you see the header living and non-living things in bolded letters. And that is just going to be a heading in this page. And so we're going to be learning about living and non-living things on this page. There are living things in habitats. Plants and animals are living things. There are also non-living things in habitats. Rocks, water, and dirt are non-living things. And there are some labels on this page. You can see right here it says living thing, and it's pointing to the wolf because the wolf is a living thing. And it says non-living thing right here, and it's pointing to the rock because the rock is a non-living thing. Everything they need. Plants and animals need air, water, and food to stay alive. They have everything they need in their habitats. This ground squirrel found food to eat in its habitat. A habitat home. Some animals have homes. Their homes are in their habitats. This badger's home is under the ground. The badger sleeps in its home. Grassland habitats. Grasslands are habitats. They are open, flat areas of land. Many plants grow in the grasslands. Most of the plants are grasses. There are very few trees in the grasslands. Grasslands called prairies. This book is about grasslands called prairies. Prairies are found in Canada and the United States. Plants and animals live in the prairies. These bison live on the prairies. So if you look at the picture, there are some bison in fields. And the fields are large, open, flat area. That's a grassland. That's a prairie. There are 4 seasons in the prairies. The seasons are spring, summer, autumn, and winter. Autumn is just another word for fall, so the seasons are summer, fall, winter, and spring. Strong winds blow in the prairies in every season. This deer is resting on the prairie grass in the spring. Changing weather. The weather in the prairies changes as the seasons change. Spring is warm, some rain falls. Summer is hot, many prairie plants grow in the summer. Autumn is cool, prairie plants begin to die. Winter is cold, snow falls on the prairies. Prairie plants. Most prairie plants are grasses. The grasses are often tall. They sway in the wind. Flowers grow on some prairie plants. Daisies and purple coneflowers are prairie plants that have flowers. So here you can see the picture of the yellow daisies, as the label tells us these are the yellow daisies. And up here, purple coneflower. The labels tell us what that picture is. Long, strong roots. In prairies, there are no hills to block the wind. How do plants stay in the ground? Prairie plants have long roots. The long roots grow deep down in the ground. The roots hold the prairie plants in place as the wind blows. Plants make food. Living things need food to stay alive. Plants make their own food. They use sunlight, air, and water to make food. Making food from sunlight, air, and water is called photosynthesis. Parts for making food. A plant gets sunlight through its leaves. It also gets air through its leaves. The plant gets water through its roots, and the plant uses sunlight, air, and water to make food. So here you can see in the picture that there is some labels. It says roots take water in from the soil. So these are the roots down here, and they get the water from there, from the soil, and then the leaves take in air, and then the leaves also take in the sunlight. Prairie animals. Many animals live in the prairies. They find food in the prairies. They also find places to live. Which prairie animals have you seen before? You might have not seen all of these animals, but I'm sure you've seen a few. So over on this side we have the label, and it says that this is an eagle, a prairie dog, a pronghorn. I've never seen a pronghorn. Ground squirrel, coyote, mouse. I'm sure you might have seen a mouse before. A rattlesnake, and a butterfly. I know we've all seen a butterfly before. Prairie water. There are streams flowing through prairies. Some streams have shallow moving water. Shallow water is not deep. Fish swim in the streams. This mink caught a fish to eat. Prairie potholes. In prairies there are wide holes filled with water. These holes are called prairie potholes. Prairie potholes have shallow water. Bulrushes and reeds are plants that grow in the prairie potholes. Pothole animals. Many birds live around prairie potholes. Ducks and geese live around prairie potholes. The birds swim in the water. They eat plants that grow in the water. Using water. Many other animals visit prairie potholes. They drink the water. They eat the plants in the water. Animals walk in the water on hot summer days. The water cools off their warm bodies. This elk is cooling off in a prairie pothole. Finding food. Animals must eat food to stay alive. Some animals are herbivores. Herbivores eat only plants. Prairie dogs are herbivores. They eat grasses. Meat eaters. Some animals are carnivores. Carnivores eat other animals. Badgers are carnivores. They eat prairie dogs, ground squirrels, and birds. Eating many foods. Some animals are omnivores. Omnivores eat both plants and other animals. This red fox is an omnivore. It eats fruit, mice, and rabbits. All living things need energy to grow and to move. Energy comes from the sun. Plants get energy from the sun. Animals must eat other living things to get energy. A rabbit is an herbivore and it gets its energy by eating grass. Carnivore. Energy for carnivores. A carnivore gets energy by eating other animals. A hawk is a carnivore. It gets energy by eating a rabbit. So if we look at the pictures, there's some labels. So here's the sun, and the sun with the arrow. So the sun gives the energy to the grasses, and then the grasses give energy to the rabbit, and then the rabbit gives energy to the hawk. Underground homes. Some prairie animals dig homes under the ground. Prairie dogs dig underground homes called towns. Towns have many rooms. The rooms are joined by tunnels. Ground squirrels also dig large homes. The squirrels run into their homes when other animals come close. Safer at night. Some prairie animals come out of their homes only at night. It is safer for the animals to come out at night than it is for them to come out during the day. In the dark, animals can hide more easily from other animals. This black-footed ferret comes out at night. Night mice. Grasshopper mice sleep during the day. They sleep in homes under the ground. They wake up and come out of their homes at night to look for food. They eat mainly grasshoppers and other mice. Hard to see. Some prairie animals are hard to see, even during the day. This ground squirrel has stripes on its back and head. The stripes look like the long grasses. Other animals may not see the ground squirrel standing in the grasses the same color. This bobcat has brown fur with dark spots. The grasses around the bobcats are also brown. There are dark areas in the grasses. So, the bobcat blends in with the grasses. These are two examples of camouflage. And that is our book for today.